out in the middle of the field to say job well done. Job better done on this night by the Detroit Lions, who win it by a score of 44-30.
We want to kind of be on this up ramp by the time we hit the playoffs, where we're this dangerous team who can go toe-to-toe with anybody.
They really made it a point that we're going to come after and we're going to heat this offense up.
We know what we are. We can't worry about the outside noise. We're the ones who write our own narrative. We're the ones who know what we are and what it takes.
44 points, potentially could have put even more last night. They are 8-0 when Jahmyr Gibbs scores a touchdown this year. They're 0-5 when he doesn't. Key to the game, him scoring. Breaking news. Is he the best non-QB offensive player in the NFL this year? Offensively specifically, because
JSN.
Well, that's a good one.
JSN's been awesome this year.
He's been awesome. Bijan at times has been awesome. CMC's been awesome.
Christian McCaffrey,
Yeah, good one.
But Jahmyr Gibbs as a weapon is ridiculous. I am very much anti what Mel Kiper always says, I believe, in terms of anti-first-round running backs. But boy, last night I sat there and I'm like, how do I say that this guy's not worth the first-round pick when he's playing that way? He's unreal. And Jared Goff, QB of the Lions, definitely thrilled with the way his team is playing. And maybe, are they peaking at the right time, Jared?
If we do this correctly over this last little stretch of the season, we want to kind of be doing this right now. Like, okay, we just scored 44. Our defense played well. We won that game. We want to kind of be on this up ramp by the time we hit the playoffs, where we're this dangerous team who can kind of go toe-to-toe with anybody, and that's what you want, and we're right there. Yeah, if we're able to, win one at a time, who knows what can happen.
Are they peaking at the right time? Just a playoff team? Is this a dangerous team? Could they win the division? All the above?
Well, I'm not going to say they're peaking at the right time. They've been in this pattern of win one, lose one every single week going back to early October. So I need
And they have the Rams next week.
In LA.
In LA. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good win. They had to have it, and they responded at home. Good for them. I said one of the things that gave Detroit somewhat of an advantage is the fact that they had this stretch of 3 games in, 11 days or whatever, and all of those games were at home. They had to find a way to be able to come up with a couple of wins there, and that's exactly what they did. So credit to them. They did what they were supposed to do in being able to get those wins. I'm surprised that the interior of the offensive line held up as good as it did against the Dallas Cowboys pass rush. Now, credit to Jared Goff. I thought he did a good job of getting rid of the football when nothing was there. There were a handful of times where he just threw the ball in the dirt, threw the ball at the feet of the receiver because he didn't want to get pressured and forced into making a mistake. So I think that his mentality, living to fight another down, made a difference in terms of making sure that Detroit Lions offense didn't get off schedule. I thought one of the huge disparities in this game was the average distance for conversion on third downs. The Detroit Lions averaged 3rd and 6.5, whereas the Dallas Cowboys averaged 3rd and 8. It made it a lot more manageable of a game for them, and I think you have to give credit to the quarterback for being able to manage the game in that way.
They improved their chances from 43% to 56% of making the playoffs last night. We talked about their how they win after losses. CC was talking about how they've been going back and forth. Now this is 15 consecutive wins after a loss. But they need to turn on the Jets now. We know what this team is capable of, or we think we know what they're capable of, but they have not been consistent so far this season. Now, you're going to LA next to play the Rams. Then you have the Steelers at Minnesota, at Chicago. You need to hope that Green Bay takes care of Chicago so that you can start to claw back up if this is what you're hoping to do, if you're talking about them winning the division. I still think Green Bay is going to win the division.
I would have guessed the other way on that.
What?
I wonder if it's better for them. This is interesting.
If the Bears run away with it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, because then you get if they can knock down the Packers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if the Bears go 10-3, Packers are 9-3-1. You're 8-4-1. You're actually closer in theory to the Packers. Now you have the tiebreakers the Packers do against you. I just wonder if it's better for them to almost concede the division mentally and say, all right, let's catch up to the second place team. Because if the Bears and Packers keep going back and forth, they're probably still going to be above the Lions. But if the Bears can help you out by knocking down the Packers,
See, and I was thinking about it the other way. If the Packers can take care of their business against the Bears have a tough remaining schedule. They have
So
to
you
play.
think the Bears just crumble at
Yes,
that point?
I think, well, we haven't seen Ben Johnson do this before. We haven't
Right.
seen Caleb Williams do this at this level before. We have seen Jordan Love get hot in the back half of the season. We have seen the Green Bay Packers peak at this time. So if the Bears go into Lambeau, the Packers beat them. They've got the Browns next, but then the Bears have to close out the season with the Packers again, the 49ers, and then you have a date with Detroit to close out the regular season.
So what we just did unintentionally, you and I, is we actually confirmed that Jared Goff is right. They are peaking at the right time because we entertained the idea of them winning the division. Like last night.
I'm not entertaining the idea.
That's what I said. Michelle and I.
I
did
still
that.
think the Packers will take it, but
I don't think the Lions are going to win the division either. But we just actually did the exercise as to whether or not they could, which means Jared Goff is probably right. They are peaking at the right time, and they played well enough last night for us to think they are back to where we thought they could be before the season, which is potentially making a run here.
So, according to our FPI, the Detroit Lions have an 11% chance at winning the division, and Chicago Bears a 32% chance at winning the division, and the Green Bay Packers have a 56% chance at winning the division. That's where we're at.
So do you think the Lions get in?
No.
So last night
No.
didn't do anything for you to think that they could get in.
No.
They sit here right now.
Let me walk that back.
Yeah.
I do think they have a puncher's chance. I thought they were done before last night. Clearly, they're not done.
Yeah, they played well.
They played inspired football.
Yes.
I give credit to them. Somebody that surprised me, Jameson Williams. J-Mo was awesome last night. Like, this is somebody that has been somewhat mercurial in terms of how he's played. Feels like he's turning a corner with his overall career, and it's impacting the Detroit Lions at the exact right time.
And Amon-Ra playing last night,
St. Brown playing last night.
Yeah.
He made a couple of huge catches. He thugged it out.
And
but
the
I thought,
fourth, too.
Exactly. But I thought a huge turning point in that game was J-Mo's third down conversion. It was 3rd and 6 midfield, midway through the fourth quarter. This was after the Dallas Cowboys made it a 3-point game with the touchdown 2-point conversion. Jameson Williams getting that third down conversion, that catch and run that sets them up deep into Cowboys territory, I thought that was a huge play. Ends up getting capped by a 10-yard touchdown run by Jahmyr Gibbs. But that was a huge play. And so I think that's one of those things that you can anchor on. If you can have Jameson Williams playing that way, and Amon-Ra St. Brown getting healthy, and Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery doing their thing, then all of a sudden, this Detroit Lions team becomes a tough out. Now, they got 3 of their 4 remaining games on the road, and you only got one team that doesn't have a losing record, that doesn't have a losing record, and that's the Minnesota. You have one team that does have a losing record, and that's the Minnesota Vikings, but they already beat you. So it's not going to be easy for them to be able to stack enough wins to get in, but they have what it takes to make it really interesting for teams that are in the playoff mix.
Well, they have 2 teams ahead of them. Those 2 teams will play each other this weekend. Smalls has a smile on her face, salivating, ready to go to defend her Green Bay Packers against the Chicago Bears. We will dive into that next. We're on Sportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance.